Open the palette. Ooh, yes. Ugh, I love Dior. What's up, friends? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Sophia, and this is my channel, Sophia Sees Beauty, where we talk about all things beauty and makeup, especially luxury makeup, because we love that bougie stuff. And today we definitely have a bougie product. This is the limited edition Miss Dior palette that came out as a part of their spring 2022 collection. I'm gonna be doing a full unboxing of this for you guys, swatches, demo, giving you all my thoughts. So if you are interested in hearing a little bit more about this palette, keep watching. And if you are new here, please consider subscribing to my channel. I would love to have you as a part of my community. I'm a luxury beauty YouTuber and Instagrammer, and I upload content every single week about all the new luxury beauty releases. So if that is something that is of interest to you and that is the kind of content that you like to watch, please consider subscribing to my channel, and I will link my Instagram also down below. Also, everything that I mentioned in this video will be linked in the description box down below. Some of these links will be affiliate links, and what that means is that if you purchase something using my links, I get a very small commission, and that is of no extra cost to you. So actually, it's a really great way to support my channel. If you guys are interested in any of the products that I mentioned during this video, a really great way to support my channel is to just shop through those links that I link in the description box. And with that, let's get into the product details. Okay guys, let's talk about this Miss Dior palette. I feel like this palette is a little bit polarizing. People either are absolutely all about this or they're not about it at all. So I totally understand that. I want to put that out there just before we start. This is very much a limited edition sort of collector's item. It's a little bit of a novelty, but the products inside are also extremely lovely and very high quality, just like we would expect from anything else from Dior. Now, this, as I mentioned, it's limited edition, and at the time of me making this video, it is still available up on the Dior website. That's where you need to purchase this from, and you'll see in the unboxing later. It's a wonderful luxury experience receiving this package from Dior. I know that this is also available in the UK, so it is available in other countries. It launched a little bit later within the US, which is why it took me a little bit longer to get this item and get this review, and this retails for $145. So it is on the pricey side. This is Dior. This is a luxury item. And I definitely think you see the value in both the quality of the products, the quality of the packaging, the entire presentation, etc. So this is very much a luxury product. Also, as a part of their spring 2022 collection, Dior also released 2 new eyeshadow quints. I will link a video where I did a full review of those 2 products down below and right here in case you want to check that out. If this is kind of like a little bit too much for you, maybe you might want to pick up one of the quints. So I will definitely link that. You'll definitely see kind of a continuation of kind of the spring themes, the spring tones in this particular product. And you're also going to see a continuation of this new look houndstooth design. Dior also released another collection called the New Look Collection, which had sort of like a houndstooth print. I also did a review of that, and I think there might be just a few products left of that. So if you're interested in that, definitely check that out sooner rather than later. And so that's why you're going to see kind of like a continuation of the houndstooth design, both on the packaging and also in the embossing on the eyeshadows. I'm going to read a little bit about this product from the Dior website while I show you some close-ups of the product. The Miss Dior makeup palette is inspired by the iconic style and the elegant femininity of the Miss Dior fragrance. The very essence of the new look, Miss Dior has embodied the spirit of the House of Dior since 1947. The legendary houndstooth motif was used for the first time by Christian Dior on the Miss Dior bottle, echoing the House of Dior's couture designs. Today, Peter Phillips, creative and image director for Dior Makeup, reinterprets it with a sophisticated makeup palette, mixing iconic Miss Dior brand marks such as the famous poignard bow. 3 eyeshadows, a blush, a lipstick, and a top coat nail polish in harmonious shades are yours to discover in this limited edition palette. So we're seeing a couple of things here. We're definitely seeing a spring feeling. We're seeing something that is very much limited edition, very much Miss Dior, which is kind of like a very youthful, feminine kind of vibe. We're seeing something that is inspired by that fragrance. If you guys have never smelled the Miss Dior fragrance or kind of seen the bottle, it has like that beautiful bow motif usually. It usually has kind of a silver and pink theme. So that's what we're getting from this. And then they're also kind of tying in the new look, which was sort of a like fashion style that Dior kind of evangelized at the time. And so they're kind of weaving that in with the bow here, the houndstooth design, and just the overall kind of feminine, soft, playful, youthful color story. So if some of you are looking at this and you're like, this looks a little bit childish, I don't understand why there's a nail polish in here, like that's throwing me off. I think that, you know, this is meant to be fun. This is not meant to be the most practical thing ever. And so that's kind of the vibe that they are going for here. But I like that you get a lot of different products in one. And personally, I love the little nail polish. This definitely reminds me of something that I would have used in the early 2000s when I was growing up as a teenager. If you guys haven't seen it, I have a video here on YouTube where I kind of like unbox a bunch of old makeup that I found from when I was growing up in middle school and high school. And I have a couple of Dior palettes that are very similar to this and that I just absolutely treasured as a child. Most of them I bought as kind of like in the duty-free section of the airport or on the airplane, because that was really the only time that I was seeing or in front of luxury makeup or that I could buy with my hard-earned money. So this is definitely harking back to a simpler time, a younger time, a fun and playful time. And I love these kinds of things for spring. So I just want to kind of tell you guys a little bit about what inspired the colors within here and where this is coming from and just kind of my general thoughts on that. So I'm going to be going through all of the different products here in the swatches and in the demo, but you do, as it said in the description, you have a blush, you have a satin lipstick shade here, and you have 3 eyeshadow colors. And then of course this tiny little nail polish, which I think is just so cute. This reminds me of, this is like the fancy luxury version of something that I would have had from like Limited 2 when I was a kid. Comment down below if you remember Limited 2, if you're similar in my age. I'm almost 31 years old, and so that was kind of my jam when I was younger. And that's what this kind of reminds me of. So now that we have all of the product details, let's get into an unboxing and then some swatches and a demo. Okay, party people, I've got you up close now. And before I get into the swatches, I'm just gonna start off with a quick unboxing. I feel like when you get something like this from Dior that's more of like a limited edition novelty product, the kind of unboxing and the packaging is part of that luxury experience. So let's take a look at the packaging real quick. I have the box right here. So this is the stunning box that it came in, and it also came tied with this gorgeous Dior ribbon, which I took off, and I honestly don't know how to put it back on, so sorry guys. And when you open the box, it just comes like this with the Dior tissue paper. I also want to mention, when you order from Dior, not only do you always get fantastic boxes like this, which I like to reuse for different things like storage and organization, but you also get little miniature samples, and not just like little dinky samples, but you get like pretty good, like here's a little mini bottle of Dior Sauvage. My brother-in-law wears this fragrance, so every time I order from Dior, I get him like one of these because I don't really need any samples. So he's never gonna have to buy cologne ever again because he's gonna have so many Dior Sauvage samples. And this is the box that the palette comes in. It's very beautiful, and it also has just kind of like a really nice texture right here on the label, and then a little ribbon pool. And then here is the palette, and you'll see also there is a little dust bag, I guess so, right? Like a little dust bag protector right here where you can store it. I honestly don't know if I'm going to store it in this. I like to display these things on my vanity or kind of in my makeup armoire, but that's a nice little touch. I also just want to point out, I don't know if you can see this, but there is a houndstooth print kind of imprinted in the packaging around here that will match some of the embossings that you see on the product itself. Dior, they recently launched a new look collection. I will link a video. I did a review of that full collection that has kind of the houndstooth print on it. So that's kind of the motif that they have been working with this particular season, and I did review that collection, and it looks like it's kind of carrying on into this collection as well. Okay, so the moment we've all been waiting for, this is the stunning palette. It's super duper reflective, and then on the back here, I didn't see this at first when I first opened the package, but you have that gorgeous houndstooth print. You also have what is like, I don't know, like a little keychain or something, so you could maybe hook this onto something. My only complaint here is that it doesn't seem like there's no hook here. It's not like you can unhook it and hook it around something. You really can only hang it. And honestly, guys, I think this is more about just the novelty and having it be kind of fancy. I don't really know if anybody's like hanging this on their, I don't know, on their Christmas tree or something like that, but I just wanted to show you that. And it is kind of maybe like, I don't know, a little bit bigger than the size of a deck of cards. And now we're gonna open the palette. Ah. And so I'm just gonna take this little plastic cover off right here. It doesn't really tell us much, it just says, you know, these are eyeshadows, this is a lipstick, this is a blush. We don't need to know about that. It comes with this cute little applicator with a sponge tip on this side and a little lip brush on that side. So maybe we'll use that for the lips when we do the demo. And then here is the palette. I will post close-ups for you guys, of course. The problem is that this is so reflective, it's a little bit hard to show you because the sunlight from the window is coming in right now. So we have a beautiful blush, we have a satin lipstick, and we have 3 beautiful, very feminine pink and purple eyeshadows. And then we have this absolutely adorable mini nail polish. Ugh. And this just reminds me, like, this really reminds me of something that I would have worn when I was younger, but something that I still love today. And just like I know having a nail polish in these types of products is like a little bit random and a little bit weird, but for me, it just makes it even more youthful and whimsical and fun. Like, I don't have anything like this in my collection. And so that's kind of what intrigued me. And it definitely gives me like major early 2000s vibes. I am almost 31 years old. So that's kind of the time when I was growing up and like falling in love with makeup in kind of my early teens. And this is exactly the kind of thing that I would have fallen head over heels for. I just think it is so adorable. I also forgot to mention that inside the box, there is a little card here that kind of explains the products. And the Rouge Dior satin lipstick, that is number 663 in Desir. And then the Rouge blush is 250 Bal. And then it does not say the shades of the eyeshadows, and it doesn't really give a shade for the nail polish either. It just says top coat. So thought I would mention that as well. We are going to do swatches of all of these products, and let's get into that right now. Okay, friends, let's swatch the shades in this Miss Dior palette. I am not going to be swatching the nail polish, but I am going to put just a close-up right here of the nail polish in the sunlight so that you guys can get a better idea of what this looks like. I do have my nails done right now, so I'm not going to be swatching it, but I think just taking a look at how it kind of glimmers in the sun is going to give you a really good idea of what that's going to look like on your nail. I think that this particular top coat would be really cute just on bare nails as kind of like a clear with a little bit of glitter. I also think it would look really, really good on top of a very pale pink or a white. I think that if you're kind of scared of trying glitter, maybe you think it's a little bit immature, try putting this on one nail, maybe just like on the ring finger or like your index finger, or try it on the toes. I think that you will find that it adds a really cute little bit of sparkle and you'll get more compliments than you think. So I'm a big fan of glitter, but just kind of putting that out there. If you're just looking at this and you're like, I like the rest of the palette, but I'm kind of thrown off by the nail polish, maybe try putting it on top of a white or just kind of on one nail to start and see how you like it. Let's get into the swatches. I'm going to start off with this blush. So I just want to show you what this blush looks like on my finger, because when I was swatching this earlier, it does look very, very pale. It's very subtle, and I will post some photos here in sunlight. I hope I could capture it. It basically is a very, very pale touch of pink with a little bit of gold shimmer, and I think it's coming up pretty well on camera right here. This color is called Ball, and the number is 250. Now, I looked online and it seems like at some point this was a color that was in the Dior collection, but I cannot find it available for retail anywhere online. If anybody has any more information about that, do let me know. But I wasn't able to find this, but it looks like at some point this was a color in the Dior blush range, and it is honestly such a pretty, like, feminine pink. I think this is gonna look really good on my fair skin. Next up, I'm going to swatch these 3 eyeshadows. Okay, so here's the first one, which is a shimmering pink. Here is the second one, which is a darker rosier pink. And then here is the third one, which is a beautiful kind of like dusty mauve purple. And I feel like I didn't get all the color on there. There you guys go. And once again, I will post some photos in sunlight so you can see what that looks like. These all feel very incredibly smooth. They feel just like any other Dior shadow, very high quality, same kind of very soft diffused formula. So no complaints so far, but just wanted to show you what those look like. Next up, let's watch the satin lip color, and this is in the shade 663 Desir. I will link this down below. This is actually available in the Dior permanent line, or at least it is available on their website right now. It's a satin formula, and you guys will see in a second how pretty this color is. So there it is on my finger. It is a beautiful, moisturizing, like strawberry pink. This is gonna make you look like you just bit into a popsicle. I love these colors for spring. And it feels very, very moisturizing. I haven't tried any of these on my face, so I hope that those swatches were helpful. I will post a video of what Desir looks like in the sunlight so you guys can see. Now let's put these products on my face. It's time, friends. Let's demo these beautiful products from Dior, and I'm gonna start off with the blush. I'm using a Wayne Goss number 11 brush, just like, you know, your basic go-to blush brush. And once again, this is number 250 Bal, which I cannot find anywhere online. Ooh, yes. Oh, guys. See, when I first swatched this, it looked like nothing. And then I said to myself, you know what? I bet this is gonna look really good when you actually put it on the face. The only thing to consider is that this is a very pale shade, but it just gives you the most beautiful natural look. And I think because there's a little bit of gold sparkle, it gives you a slight glowy effect. Let's put it on the other cheek. I'm also just putting it on my forehead. See that slight little sheen that we're getting? It's not, at least to me, it doesn't come across as glittery, but it adds a very beautiful glow. This is really, when I think of Miss Dior, I think of this pink color. I think of like beautiful, feminine, soft, Natalie Portman pink cheeks. Next, let's dip into these eyeshadows and create a nice soft feminine eye look. I'm going to start off with a Wayne Goss number 16 crease brush, and I'm going to go into this deeper rose color right here. I am filming in sunlight for you guys today. It actually snowed yesterday, so we have like that bright white light, which I'm like living for. I really need the sun. So you can see the subtle effect that that gave in the crease. I don't think that this palette is made for creating super bold, smoky looks. I think that this palette is for a beautiful feminine look. So I'm not gonna go too crazy. I'm gonna create what I think you guys would probably do with the palette. I'm not gonna try and get all makeup artisty on you. I'm not a makeup artist, so we're gonna create a beautiful soft feminine look. I'm going to take a Sonia G worker brush, and I'm actually gonna dip into the blush and put that on the outer half of the lid. You guys know I love to use my blush as eyeshadow. I mean, if you're paying $149, I would hope that you would use all the shades. I'm now gonna take a Sonia G Builder Pro, and I'm going to take this lightest, more highlighty shade, put that on the inner corner and the lower lash line. And I just wanna show you, this shade is probably the most powdery of the ones that I've tried so far. Doesn't mean it's not pigmented. It just means that you're going to ruin the embossing a little bit quicker. So these shadows are very easy to work with. Like, you don't have to be too precise. You don't have to be a master or an expert to work with them. They're very soft, both in the way they apply, but also the effect that they give. I think that's super pretty. I'm also gonna put that maybe just like up here as like a little highlight. I love how this is looking so far. Next up, I'm gonna take my little Sephora blender brush and we're finally gonna go into this purple shade. I'm going to use this to just deepen up the outer corner a little bit, add a little pop of purple. You guys can see the difference that created right there. Look, I barely had to blend it. Ugh, I love Dior. Comment down below if you like Dior. Okay, so this is what we have so far. And I also want to mention I am wearing the Chantecaille Future Skin Foundation on my face. I'm also wearing the Wayne Goss Radiance bronzer. I'm forgetting the full name. I'm wearing the Wayne Goss bronzer in the lightest shade as my base. And then I also have the Clé de Peau concealer on. So I will link all of that down below so you guys can check that out if you are interested. Next, let's put on the lips and then I'll kind of finish up with mascara. I'm gonna use the little lip brush that came in the palette and we're gonna go into this color right here, Desir. And I'm actually considering getting this shade in just the regular color that they sell in the bullet because then I can do my makeup and I can carry Desir with me wherever I go in my handbag. I really like that they didn't do a new color for this because some people might want to do that. Like, you might just like this color and want to buy it in general, and then you can put that in your bag after you do your look with this makeup and you're good to go. I also want to mention I was not wearing any lip color before I put this on. I know a lot of people, they ask me what I'm wearing on my lips. That's probably the most common question that I get from you guys. And most of the time I'm not wearing anything. I just have really rosy lips. This is actually a really nice little lip brush. It lets you get like very precise little application. I would probably wear this with a lip liner, to be honest with you. I wear most colors with a lip liner. You also like could just dip your finger in here and kind of tap it on if you wanted to. I'm being super precise. I'm applying this like a lipstick, less like a lip balm. And that is Desir on the lips. I really like this color with a very, very bare eye. I think that is kind of the way I like to wear these sort of more like popsicle lips, strawberry pinks is when I'm going for a really light look. So I think it does incorporate very well into the rest of this palette. And it is a satin formula. So it feels very, very balmy, very, very hydrating. I don't think I would have wanted a darker color in this palette because I think it would have just gotten all over the place. So I really, really like this. And this is the look. I will be right back to put on some mascara so you guys can see what it looks like when everything is all together. I'm back. Okay guys, so this is the final look. I am actually wearing the Cali Ray mascara. I will link that down below. It's a new product that I am trying out. And I think that this looks absolutely stunning. I'll kind of turn down my lights as well so you can see that slight little gold shift or gold sheen that the gorgeous blush has. And then the shadows are obviously very subtle, but I think that these are my colors. I like pinks. I love these types of shades. And the lip color is incredibly moisturizing in the satin formula. So yeah, I think that this is a very typical Sophia look that I would create on just an average day when I want to look really soft and pretty and feminine. And yeah, I definitely think that this embodies kind of like that Miss Dior aesthetic. So now that we have the demo out of the way, let's get into my final thoughts. All right, friends, it is now time for my final thoughts. What do I think of this gorgeous Miss Dior palette, and do I think it is worth the hefty $145 price tag? So if you guys can't already tell, I actually really like this palette. I know that this isn't for everyone, but I will say in terms of the packaging, this feels very substantial. It's really cute. I think that this would be a really nice limited edition collector's piece that you could display on your vanity, but it also has amazing quality. I love all of the little details that went into the design of this particular product. And I love that Dior just put out something honestly kind of different, right? I think that they released the 2 eyeshadow quints for those of us that, you know what? we like what we like. We're not gonna stray too far from that. We like eyeshadow quints. We love that formula. Great, they gave us that, but then they gave us this like almost ridiculous product that we haven't really seen from anybody else. I don't really see them putting out a lot of things like this anymore. So I like that they did something different. I like that they did something fun and playful. And I do think that this evokes Miss Dior. Now I know a lot of people are looking at this and they're just like, glittery nail polish? Are people wearing glittery nail polish? That's really throwing me off. But I honestly think that to certain demographics and to certain markets, this is very much appealing. I don't think that this was designed to meet everybody's taste. Like, this is a limited edition item. It is not a permanent item. And when you have something that's limited edition, I think that it should be special. I think that it should be fun. And so I think what they're trying to show here is like, this is something that is inspired by Miss Dior, the new look, kind of spring collection sort of vibe, and also the early 2000s and that sort of makeup aesthetic right now is very, very popular. So I actually think this is a very smart time to be launching something like this. So yeah, when you have something that's limited edition and it's more of a collector's item, it's not really supposed to appeal to everybody. And for me, just kind of going through all of these products, I think that all of them performed really well. I love the blush. I think that is gonna be the part of this palette that I use the most because it's such a beautiful kiss of pink. And I actually, if you guys have watched my channel, you know I tend to go more for like nude blushes, brown blushes, like redder terracotta blushes, just because I feel like I've used pink blushes my whole life and I've kind of gotten away from that. But then ever since pink has really come back in style in all of these new beauty releases, I've really been going back to these bright, beautiful, soft pinks. So I really like the blush, and I think the eyeshadows and the lipstick perform just as well as any other Dior product. I don't think that they made this and they said, you know what, we're just gonna like throw together this like kitschy little palette and we're not gonna really care about the formula. Everything here performed really well. I love like the little shimmeriness and the glitteriness of the nail polish. So all in all, I really like this. That being said, I know it's not for everybody. I think that this would make a fantastic gift for Valentine's Day. I think that it was really smart to release this around this time. I also think it would be like a really good Mother's Day present, something to give to like your mom, your sister, or just your best friend, any kind of makeup lover in your life. If you know that they really like Dior, I think this would be great for them. And I think it's also great for kind of that Dior collector who just loves something a little bit special and really appreciates these kinds of luxury collector's items. In terms of the price as well, I know this is $145, but if you actually take a look at the products that are in here and you add it up, how much it would cost if you bought a Dior blush, a Dior lipstick, Dior eyeshadows, and a Dior nail polish, it would be well over $145. And we all know it takes us a very long time to get through a blush and get through eyeshadows, and you're getting this fantastic packaging. So if this is something that you like and something that is gonna make you happy and you're gonna have a lot of fun using it, then I actually do think that it's worth the price because you're getting so many products in one. The main downside, I think, to this palette is just the fact that the colors are very light. They're very light, so it's really not gonna work for many skin tones. I think that if you are pale like me, if you're on like the fair, light, or like light to medium skin tone range, this is gonna be really great for you. But I just don't see this blush working on a lot of people who have darker skin tones. And I think that if like there's one product in here that you're not going to use, it's probably not gonna make sense for you to get this palette. If it's just the little mini Dior nail polish that you're not gonna use, maybe it's still worth it because maybe you can give this to your daughter, give it to somebody else to use because you can take it out of the palette. But if you're not going to use the entire thing, then it's probably not worth it. And if you don't think some of these shades are going to work for you, it's probably not worth it. Don't spend your money on a $145 palette where you can't use everything in the palette. The last thing that I wanted to mention is if you have any other mini Dior nail polishes, I did notice that they do fit into this palette. So if for some reason you run out of this, if you have another Dior kind of of mini size nail polish, it does fit in here. When I ordered this particular product, it came with a free gift that also had another one of these, and I did test it out and it does fit into this palette, which I was very happy about. So you can kind of interchange that. If you're someone that doesn't like this kind of fun, glittery, kind of confetti-like nail polish, you can swap it out for another color if you come across those kinds of mini nail polishes sold by Dior in maybe like gift sets, free gifts, those types of things. So I did want to mention that also. So anyway, guys, I hope that this review was helpful or at least fun, even if you're not thinking about picking up this product. If you enjoyed this video, definitely give me a thumbs up. Also, comment down below and let me know your thoughts. Do you think that this is silly? Do you think that this is immature or childish? Or do you think this, like me, is super cute and feminine and just really, really fun to use? I would love to hear all of your thoughts in the comments down below. I was reading a lot of your comments on my Instagram posts, and I'd love to hear what you guys think, and your opinion is just as important as mine. And once again, if you have made it this far in the video, please consider subscribing to my channel. I upload content every single week on all of the new luxury launches, and I would love to have you as a part of my community. I definitely have many, many more videos coming in the upcoming weeks. I will also put my Instagram handle up here. Definitely follow me on Instagram if you want to interact with me a little bit, or if you want a little bit more luxury beauty in your timeline, check me out on Insta. I hope that you guys are having a fantastic day, and I will see you in my next one. Goodbye.